G'day everyone, welcome to another video by the Frontline Trooper. My name's Andrew Cook, and of course by the title you can tell that this video is about the Swords of Skyrim, Daedric Sword. Yes, so I'm doing a bunch of tutorials. This is the first one of them. This is the first one uploaded of them. You could be watching this in a year, and of course I've probably got a bunch of them up there. But let's jump into it. First of all, you need to find a template. So go online, type in Daedric Sword. There's hundreds of large images you can draw up your template on. So I used a bunch of A3 paper and just drew it out. And then of course you need to make sure that it is the right sizes. So I just used a standard katana to kind of get a feel for how long a sword should be. Then you've got to cut it out. Now I'm not doing any time lapses for how I actually do this because it's pretty basic and it's pretty straightforward. I mean, you're just going to trace around your template with the knife and then poke out the object once you're done with it. I feel that this way of showing you what the result is better than actually doing a time lapse, because this way it makes you think a bit more, makes you become more creative, and makes your brain actually think rather than me showing it. And that's the only way you can improve your skill as an artist. So it might seem a bit unfair, but believe me, it is going to help you so much. And considering I don't even have any tutorials like this and I'm at where I am now, so you got nothing to complain about. So yep, we've gone through levels. Now of course the Skyrim Sword has to be thinned down, and it's got so many levels that we're going to have to carefully cut them out with our knives. So what we've done here is we've just established a lower level from the hilt, and now we have to go ahead and kind of work out the spine and then the blade. So looking at the design there, we can see that the back of the blade is of course the spine of the sword, and then it continues off and you've got the blade there. So we need to make a differentiation between the two levels to have a very definitive visual. So you can definitely see here that the blade has been cut down from the spine, and then the spine's been cut down from the hilt. So it gives that nice three-layered terrace effect, which then we can sand later to make it look like the blade. And of course we've got more details. The next one we'd have to do is differentiate the the handle from the hilt. Well, maybe the handle and the hilt are one thing. I'll just say the handle and the thing that protects your hands from getting stabbed. With this design, it doesn't really matter. You're probably going to get stabbed in the hand anyway if someone strikes down. But yep, easily enough. Look what I've done there. I've just cut it out like I have with the blade, and it's turned out pretty nice, to be honest. I wouldn't advise sanding at this point. Wait till you've finished or everything at the end, and then you can sand. The thing with working with styrofoam is that once you've like shaped it and stuff, if you apply heat to it, it seals up, and it's quite hard to slice it or cut it or shape it once it's sealed up. So of course, like here, we've got the very definitive Daedric spikes on the side, so we have to go and cut them down to make them look a bit more pointy, and that's just shaving the foam with your blade, which is pretty damn simple. And then we've got more shaping. Of course, we've got the back of the spine that we need to do. We can't just leave it like this square block, so we just need to go ahead and shave those just so they look a bit more realistic. I mean, you could leave it as a square if you wanted to, but I mean, 2 minutes later you can have a nice smoothed out area. So now you can definitely see from the original block, we've now got nice trimmed edges, more fluid, natural look to this weapon. And then go ahead and sand it. Use like a high grade sanding material. So like the higher the number, the better it is. The lower the number, the more coarse it is. And you don't want to have anything like too rough because it's going to rip away your foam. So you can see how it's nice and smooth. That's because the lower it is, it'll actually heat up the foam and it seals it. And it can look pretty damn nice. And then you can go ahead and paint it. Now, oh wait, no, detailing. Oh, my bad. Detailing, yep. Now, this gun, I was going to say gun. This sword has a lot of detail, unfortunately, and with Styrofoam, you can't get that all. So you have to kind of make a choice on what you want to show from the reference pictures that you've gathered. So I've gone with a very basic amount that highlight the sword and kind of reflect it as Daedric, because if you don't choose the ones that you want to show, then it could look bad. And if you try to do it all, it could also look bad. So I think like keeping a nice simple amount, as long as it benefits the design, will look good. So I've just done the handle and a few little swerves up the sword. Now when you make your first sword, of course it's not going to be as great. I mean, depends how skilled you are. Like there on the left, the painted one is my very first one I did. It's been like 2 months now since I did this video, and I've pumped out my next one. And you can see it's gotten better, and of course if I do a third one, it's going to be a lot better than that. So don't worry about how your first one turns out. I mean, you're always going to get better, I believe. So just keep on going through it, eh? And of course you got painting, and then you're done. I'm not going to do a painting tutorial, but painting does change the way. So remember what it looked like there to what it looks like now. And you can definitely see an amazing... You wouldn't even recognize that it's made of foam, to be honest. It really does make the sword, or make the final product. But it completely comes... Yeah, but it completely comes down to how you like painting, whether you airbrush, you use acrylic paints, which I use, and just mix it with your own little techniques. I just don't advise using spray paint, because that will melt the foam, and you've spent hours working on this prop, and you've just gone and melted it. So have fun with this, guys. I mean, everything we do for props is just for fun. I hope this kind of just gave you an overview of how I made this. It's not supposed to be a tutorial as such. Well, it is, actually. I mean, this is the way I like to be taught. Shown what happens, what the process is like, but not get told exactly what to do, because that's up to you as an artist to go and interpret that how you want. I mean, that's what makes people an incredible artist, is that they are managing to do that rather than being told, here's ABC, go connect them to 1, 2, 3. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking, and that was the video. I hope you guys liked it. If you definitely go ahead and make some of these, show me. Go onto my Facebook fan page and link the pictures there, and I'd love to see them, and so would the community. Go subscribe, guys, and catch you later on another tutorial. Laters.